One of my favorite things to do for the pelvic floor is to work on breath work. We already went over in the last video a little bit about what that should look like, but let's go over a few more things on how can I get my ribs moving, how can I get that breath happening, okay? So again, I have my pelvis here. Our reason for doing the breath work, if in case you missed the previous videos, the pelvic floor is the bowl at the bottom, the diaphragm is the dome at the top, and those need to move together. So when the diaphragm moves down, that dome movement down helps create the pelvic floor length, okay? And as the diaphragm moves down, because it attaches to the ribs all around, when it moves down, it's going to open those ribs out, okay? Now, let's go over one of my favorite things. This is a basic yoga or kind of stretching strap. You could use anything similar. I have people all the time use bathrobe ties, dog leashes. It doesn't really matter. Something that doesn't stretch, okay? Because we want to have a nice firm pressure that we're going to get feedback from, okay? So you can wrap the strap around your lower ribs, just like I have here. I like to do a little cross, okay? But sometimes I will even have people loop the kind of thing through. So like if you have a thing like this, you can loop it through. What we're trying to do is create a little bit of pressure, okay? Now, as I take a deep breath in, I want to expand that pressure. So I'm not gonna hold it tight and restrict my breath work. I'm just gonna keep that firm, snug pressure so that it opens with that band moving and the ribs moving, okay? So it should look something like this. And then on the exhale, okay, now the preferred position to do that, it can be in sitting. I personally don't like to do the kind of hold there. I like to do more of a gentle hold like this because I think it's a little easier, more attainable. But if you don't have a strap, you could also just have your hands there too, okay? But I really like to do like this, and we're gonna take more than 2 breaths, more than 3 breaths. Most people need to take several breaths before they actually get into that deep breath. In fact, if you looked at me, my breath wasn't that deep and it wasn't that long, okay? I don't want this to become stressing. I don't want you to kind of feel anxiety from like, I'm not doing it right or anything like that. We're just trying to get the most expansion, the easiest possible, okay? So that might mean we need to move a little bit. So for instance, if my ribs are up like this, then it's going to be hard to get expansion into the back of them because they're really closed, okay? Vice versa, if I kind of round down like this, say I'm not moving in the back, I might want to round down like this, so then the movement shifts, and as I'm breathing in, see if I can get my arm out of the way, as I'm breathing in, my ribs in the back are going to expand more, okay? So you kind of want to pay attention to what moves, what doesn't move, and then you can adjust accordingly. You might go more to one side and then breathe into that left side, breathe, lean to your left and then breathe into that right side. Those are all good options, okay? If your ribs are not moving at all though, then sometimes what some quick and easy things that I'll have people do throughout their day, this is not all inclusive, by the way, this is just like a few things. I'm not giving you everything that can be done. So if these don't work for you, let's keep working on finding something else, okay? So first thing though, to get some rotation into the ribs might be to just put your arm out straight and then reach as far as you can, keeping your pelvis in the same spot, but letting your ribs rotate, okay? Another option might be reaching overhead and reaching up as far as you can. And again, it's gonna create a little bit of a side bend. It's gonna open up that other side and come back, okay? Sometimes I'll have people do hands behind their head and then kind of just like rocking forward, rocking down. So really thinking of like a cat-cow, but just through the rib cage. Ultimately, we're just trying to become aware of, are my ribs moving? And we want them to move so that we can get that diaphragm coming down, get those ribs opening out, okay? And again, the reason we're doing this is because it helps the pelvic floor lengthen. And lengthening is important whether we need to work strength or whether we need to work relaxing because of pain or something else, okay? Lengthening sets us up for being able to get it to come back up, okay? So those are some fun things to try. Hopefully they help. Again, if not, seek out someone that can help you more one-on-one because this is not individual advice. Take care.